up, ghouls and gals? It's me, Righty here, and welcome to another episode of the TRTS Podcast. That's right, ghouls and gals, we're back with another one this week. And this week's episode, we got a bunch of movie news. I feel like I haven't recorded the podcast like in a little while, but it's only been like a week or two, right? It hasn't been that long. I don't know. I don't even remember what I did yesterday or what I'm going to do tomorrow or what I'm going to do now. Time is just like so, like, whatever to me.
You got a badass over here. I don't know how
you ghouls and gals aren't. That's why I keep coming back to this motherfucking podcast. And that's why I keep motherfucking making more content for you motherfuckers, for my ghouls and gals out there. But yeah, ghouls and gals, tonight we got a action-packed episode for you all. We got a bunch of news stories. I got a few trailers to react to. So let's get into the motherfucking thing. Our first story of the night is going to be kind of a sad one if you're a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. I know a lot of the fandom was, super excited for the series, the sequel series that was going to be coming out starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, as well as, some of the older cast. And I think she was going to have a daughter in the show and stuff like that. Regardless of who was going to come out in the show's not happening anymore. I'm sorry. Hulu has officially killed the Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel series. Sarah Michelle Gellar confirmed the news via a video she posted on her social media accounts, and we're gonna check out that video right now to see what Miss Buffy the Vampire the Slayer has to say for herself. So let's go ahead and roll the video.
So I am really sad to have to share this.
She looks super pissed off.
I wanted you all to hear it from me.
Like super mad. Like she's hiding the rage behind her face.
Move forward with Buffy New Sunnydale.
Buffy New Sunnydale was the name.
Thank Chloe Zhao, because I never thought
Chloe Zhao was going to direct it from the Eternals.
Buffy's stylish yet affordable boots. And thanks to Chloe, I was reminded how much I love her and how much she means not only to me but to all of you. And this doesn't change any of that.
Yeah, the gays and girls are very mad right now. they love Buffy. Damn, yeah, that sucks, and that's very sad to see. You can clearly tell she's very fucking pissed off about it. Like, just her whole entire, facial expression, she looks like she's just like, fuck Hulu, fuck Disney, fuck all the people that made this show not happen. But yeah, from what I understand, they already had filmed the pilot. I mean, this show was gonna do numbers. Like I said, the gays and the girls loved this show. So do the alternative kids, the goth kids, the emo kids, all those people that like that kind of Twilight vampire shit would have showed up and showed out for this show. I guarantee you Buffy Summerdale, whatever the fuck it was going to be called, would have done some numbers on streaming. Hulu would have had a hit on their hands. I'm not sure why they canceled the show. I'm sure throughout the week we'll find out why they canceled it, but I think this was a mistake on their part. Even if they only would have got the one season out of it, I mean, I didn't anticipate the Buffy sequel series to run for years and years and years and years. But they could have. There's still some life left in that series. I mean, we're living in the time of remakes, reboots, sequels, universes, and a Buffy one definitely could have worked. So it's very sad to see this one fall to the wayside. Meanwhile, we're gonna get another fucking reality TV show about fucking Mormon wives or some shit like that, when we could be getting something that people actually want. Speaking of Hulu and things that people actually want, I guess, Hulu just announced Pizza Movie, a stoner movie starring the kid from fucking Stranger Things, Gaten Mazzarano, and also starring the kid from fucking the Goldbergs, Sean Giambaro. It also stars Lulu Wilson, Peyton Elizabeth Lee, and it stars Caleb Herron, Sarah Sherman. All the young comedy people are in the movie. The plot for the movie is as follows. A shy college student and his reckless roommate set out on a simple mission to grab pizza, but after a strange dose of a mind-bending experimental drug, they are thrust into a chaotic night of absurd encounters, wild hallucinations, and unexpected revelations that could change their lives forever. So yeah, it seems like a standard, little like Superbad, one of those kind of movies. We need those kind of movies. I mean, even though this movie's probably not going to be good, we need those coming of age teen comedies. You know what I mean? We need the American Pies, we need the Superbads, we need the Hangovers, we need the 40-Year-Old Virgins. We need those fucking kinds of movies. Enough of me yapping. Let's roll the trailer. There he is, Stranger Things boy, Goldberg's boy. Is this a crossover episode?
Not great. How's yours?
I like how they both look like young old men. They look like young and old at the same time.
We're in college, Monty. These are supposed to be the best years of our lives. I just want to have a fun night for once.
Oh, so they're not like potheads. I thought they were like stoners.
Oh my god.
Presenting Vince. It's an incredible high.
No. Come on. No. Come on. No. Come on. No.
So then it's not a stoner comedy, it's a pill comedy? They're like, we're taking pills. Kids don't smoke weed these days.
No. Dirty studs? Oh no.
Oh no.
It's an incredible high. So long as you take it with pizza. Without pizza, it'll blow your brain straight out your...
What?
Like I said, obviously this movie's gonna be bad. Like, obviously it's not gonna be good, but we still need these kinds of movies. That's still my opinion. We still need these kinds of movies.
We are not of sound mind. Let's do this. Why are our heads exploding?
I also like how they got the two whitest guys to be the main characters in this movie.
When I was in your room, and I spotted a tin of mints.
You are not coming with us.
You guys can't just leave me here.
There is a final phase that I didn't mention. Your worst nightmare comes to life.
I will say it is kind of weird that we don't get straight up like stoner comedy movies anymore. Right? Isn't that weird? With like the stoner movie has kind of like died. Like even this movie, like it's a party movie, but like they ain't smoking weed, they're taking pills and eating pizza. Daniel Radcliffe as the butterfly. I'll tell you one thing, as somebody who's taken a few pills in his day, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, that one's coming out on in April 3rd. I think it said it's coming out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't look great, but like I said, we still need those movies. We still need these kind of young teen party movies. Even though I've already grown old, I'm already in my 30s, and I'm no longer a fucking fun, young, hip teenager, we still need these kinds of movies. You know what I mean? Even though when I watch it and I review it, I'm gonna fucking eviscerate it and like open it up and take a big old fucking dump inside of it, you know what I mean? But whatever, it's whatever. We still need those kinds of movies. Moving on to our next and final trailer of the night, we have Man on Fire, a Netflix TV series that's going to be about the Man on Fire movie series starring Denzel Washington, or the one movie. I think because he dies in the spoiler alert. He dies in the one movie. But yeah, we have a show starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who is most known for playing like Black Manta in the Aquaman movies as well as Candyman. But yeah, I had no idea they were even making this show. But I know these types of shows are popular. We have The Equalizer. You know what I mean? We have Hawaii Five-0. We have all these kinds of shows that are kind of like cop detective centric, so it makes sense that they would do this. But let's go ahead and check that trailer out. John Creasy.
U.S. Army Special Forces. 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan.
His history looks impressive, but his best days are far behind him.
So I'm assuming he's supposed to be young Denzel, or is this just an entirely new character?
What brings you to Rio?
Work.
See, that's the one thing I don't like. Like, I get that they have to like kind of follow like the movies a little bit, but like it kind of seems like he's doing the exact same thing as the first movie, like helping a little girl. Like they just showed the little girl, yeah, the little girl right there.
Let me just be very clear. You're not gonna survive this.
Well, that's also one of those things too, like how else do you make this movie connected to the Man on Fire films, you know what I mean, aside from him saving like a little girl, you know, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, they only showed us very little, but it looks decent. It looks like mature. It looks grown up. It looks like it's taking itself seriously. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. It looks like it could be decent, but I mean, I'm not expecting the next John Wick or anything like that. But yeah, that looks interesting. I'll check that out. That looks like something that you can watch like at work to kind of like pass the time. It looks like it's going to be one of those shows that you don't kind of really have to pay attention to a whole lot. It just has like a lot of interesting like action sequences. I can almost guarantee you the show's like, oh, fucking Man on Fire has to save, nameless fucking white girl from nameless cartel, and he goes through a series of badass action sequences and him learning that like family and like all this other shit means stuff, and he has to save the day. I guarantee you that's like what the show is going to be about. Moving on to our next story of the night. We got some more Exorcist news. If you've been watching the podcast recently, you know that we've been talking about Mike Flanagan's Exorcist in ad nauseum. We've been following it through the hallowed halls of the fucking possessed fucking timeline of the Exorcist film. And it looks like we're finally coming to a ending and beginning. Ending of the news cycle and beginning of filming. The film has officially begun filming, and it already has filled out its all-star cast with Scarlett Johansson, Jacoby Jupe, Lawrence Fishburne, Diane Lane, Sasha Calle, John Leguizamo, Katie Segal, Carla Guggiana, Carl Lumbly, Raul Cole, Hamish Linklater. A lot of people that usually work with Mike Flanagan are going to be in this movie. The film is scheduled to hit theaters on March 12th, 2027. And like we've been saying, every time we talk about The Exorcist, the film's going to be about Scarlett Johansson, who plays this detective whose son, I'm assuming, Jacoby Jupe, gets possessed, and she's like this detective who's trying to figure out what exactly is going on with this possession. And it looks like it's going to be taking a more serious tone like the original films, and not kind of like a jump scare kind of modern take like the last film, The Exorcist Believer, did, which they must have a lot of faith in this Mike Flanagan movie, because we literally just got that other Exorcist movie and it bombed so fucking bad. And I mean, I would argue to say that none of the Exorcist movies, aside from like the first three, have been good. Like anything after like Exorcist 3 has been complete shit. Like all the prequels they've tried to do, all of the remakes, reboots have been fucking bad. I heard that the TV series starring John Cho was kind of good, but I mean, aside from that, I mean, it feels like we're beating a fucking dead horse at this point. But I love horror films. I love classic horror, so I'm always going to show up for like an Exorcist movie. But I'm on the fence about this one. But if anybody can pull it off, I feel like Mike Flanagan can pull this shit off. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the upcoming Exorcist film. Let me know if you ghouls and gals are going to watch this movie, or if you even care about the Exorcist franchise anymore. But speaking of old franchises, we finally have our first look at Peacock's Friday the 13th series, Crystal Lake. While the images aren't too revealing, I mean, as y'all can see, we have, some fucking Chuck Taylors and it looks like two people fucking on the floor, or they're dead on the floor. Either way, they're doing something on the floor. We have a bloody, like, 1970s knife. I believe that's, like, Linda Cardellini's hand stabbing into a tree. Or not stabbing into a tree. I think she's doing, like, that thing that Jason's mom does. Doesn't she do that in the movie? Or am I, like, confusing that with fucking Camp Sleepaway? I feel like I'm confusing that with Camp Sleepaway. And then we got a picture of the lake. The lake. They're not giving us a whole lot to work with here. But as judging from the images, it looks like they're going to go the route of basically the first two films and essentially showcase the insanity of Mrs. Voorhees, who will be played by Linda Cardellini. I'm kind of expecting this to go kind of like the Bates Motel route and kind of show like how she's like super attached to like Jason and stuff like that, which I can't wait to see how they're gonna make this little kid look. I mean, I hope they make him look super deformed with that big ass like mongoloid head and like that one like big eye and the one like little beady eye. I hope he looks like super fucked up. I want him to look like fucking grotesque. Like I want him to look like the thing from the fucking Goonies. Like that would be so fucking awesome. But yeah, Crystal Lake will be an 8-episode miniseries produced by A24 and is described as a paranoid 70s thriller. Series creator Brad Caleb Kane said the following about Crystal Lake. He said, it has all the DNA of a slasher without quite being a slasher. There are rivers of blood in the show. There are very, I think, ingenious kill sequences and deaths and murders, but it's all done in service of character and theme and place and time. Crystal Lake currently has no release date, but it seems like the show could come as soon as next year. But yeah, that line there where it says it has all the DNA of a slasher without quite being a slasher kind of makes me a little bit like hesitant, kind of like, whoa, wait, what? Why'd you say that? Because even the first 2 Friday the 13th movies were still slasher films, even though Jason wasn't in the movie, so to speak, except for like the end. His mom was going around slashing horny ass teenagers left and right. She killed Kevin Bacon. She stabbed him right through the fucking throat. So I hope he means that it's a slasher in that sense, you know what I mean? I hope it's not one of those things where like the whole fucking show we're waiting for Pamela Voorhees to fucking break and then she goes around fucking killing everybody. I want this bitch killing people from episode 1. That's one thing that I don't like about modern interpretations or adaptations of like older franchises. Like they want to do this thing where like it's a prequel where like the whole season like we don't get the thing that we want until like the last like episode, and then finally we get the thing. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, if they had a show, I don't want to even say if they had a show called Friday the 13th, because they had a show called Friday the 13th and Jason was not in that fucking show. It had nothing to do with the series. But yeah, back in the day, what I mean is if we had a show about Jason would be in every fucking episode going on like all these crazy adventures and shit like that. But yeah, this sounds interesting. I can't wait to check out Crystal Lake. I mean, give us something, man. The Friday the 13th franchise has been dormant for so fucking long. Like us Friday the 13th fans are fucking starving. Friday the 13th was just this past week and the Jason franchise didn't do a fucking thing but release a shitty ass action figure. We have enough Jason toys. We have the fucking Jason masks. We have the toys. We need a fucking Jason movie or a Jason project. So I'm glad we got Crystal Lake coming out. I hope that this does some numbers and it gets Jason back in the horror movie conversation so we can get a full-fledged Friday the 13th movie. It's been long enough. We need a full-fledged, proper Friday the 13th movie. And I think it is fucking time. Speaking of series I, Series 2. The world of Family Guy is about to get a little bit bigger. It has just been announced that a Stewie spin-off series is in development. The series will follow Stewie as he goes on adventures through space and time with his preschool friends and a turtle, because of course. The official synopsis for the series is as follows. After getting the boot from his old preschool, Stewie is forced to enroll in a new one that's not exactly top of the line. It's attended by a handful of kids he doesn't know and a 75-year-old turtle, a class turtle with a half-cocked theory about just about every subject. Stewie's miserable, the other kids are miserable, and even the turtle is miserable. Even Stewie begins rolling out his trusty array of devices until Stewie begins rolling out his trusty array of devices to take them anywhere in space and time. I swear I know how to read. Turning every boring day at school into an insane and surreal adventure. The series is set to premiere during the 2027 to 2028 season with a 2-season order already in place by Fox. So this basically sounds like it's going to be the fucking magical school bus with Stewie, which... fuck it, okay, I'll rock with it. I just finished watching Seth MacFarlane's season 2 of the TED Show, which I fucking loved. It was so funny. I mean, I will say this about Seth MacFarlane. That motherfucker has the sitcom formula down to a fucking science. That man knows how to write a fucking sitcom style show, because holy shit, I haven't laughed that hard at like a TV show in a long fucking time. I know we're talking about the Stewie Stewie spinoff show, but if you haven't seen Ted season 1 and season 2, go fucking watch it right now. It's currently on Peacock, and it's so fucking funny. It's so goddamn good. But the Stewie spinoff show, I'll check it out. I like Family Guy. Family Guy is still pretty cool. I like to watch it every now and again. But yeah, this seems like it's kind of late. You know what I mean? I feel like Stewie and Rupert, or Stewie and Brian, should have got their own spinoff show a long fucking time ago. Stewie was like their Bart Simpson for like a minute. I mean, I know Family Guy has kind of cooled down in the recent years, but I mean, yeah, I feel like this should have came a long time ago. We should have got a Family Guy movie at this point, but hey, everybody works at their own speed. But let me know in the comments below what y'all think about the Stewie Griffin spin-off series. In my opinion, it sounds like the fucking Magical School Bus meets like Jimmy Neutron or some shit like that. But it sounds fun. Sounds like something I might check out. Speaking of things that I really want to check out, we got some Man of Tomorrow news. James Gunn has announced that Aaron Pierre, aka Jon Stewart, aka the motherfucking Green Lantern, baby, has joined the cast of the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow will see David Cornsweet return as well as Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. The two will have to team up to defeat Brainiac, but by the looks of it, they may be getting some fucking help from the motherfucking Green Lantern himself, Jon Stewart. And no, I don't mean Guy fucking Gardner, which he'll probably be in the fucking movie. I love Guy. We're a Guy household. Production for the film is scheduled to start next month with a release date of July 9th, 2027, but we ain't gonna have to wait till 2027 to get a little bit of that Green Lantern's light, baby boy. The Lantern show will premiere on HBO Max this August, and Supergirl premieres in a few months on June 26th. So we got a bunch of DC stuff coming up for DC fans. I really can't wait to check out Man of Tomorrow, as well as Supergirl, as well as Lanterns. I know we still got some Snyder people out there, the Snytards, as I like to call them, but I like what James Gunn is doing. I liked all his other movies. I love The Guardians. I love Man of Tomorrow. I love Suicide Squad. I'm really glad that we gave James Gunn the keys to the DC kingdom, because it looks like he knows ball. He likes comic books. He's not just some older man executive or some edgy fucking 50-year-old who's just trying to make slow motion fucking movies and dark gritty bullshit. I feel like James Gunn really gets these fucking characters. He knows these fucking characters, and he's doing a good job with these fucking characters. But yeah, I can't wait to check out what they're gonna do with the Green Lantern and Man of Tomorrow. I can't wait to check out Man of Tomorrow. But yeah, again, you know what it is. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about Man of Tomorrow. I'm fully excited to see a live action Brainiac on screen and see if he looks fucking terrifying, or if he looks like an alien, or if he, like, what he looks like. I just want to see that motherfucker on live screen. Speaking of live screen adaptations that I'm really excited for, Kate Winslet has been cast as the female lead in the Lord of the Rings The Hunt for Gollum. The film will see Winslet join Elijah Wood as well as Ian McKellen, who will be reprising their roles of Frodo and Gandalf respectively. Also, Andy Serkis will serve double duty, as he will reprise his role as the film star Gollum, and he will also direct the film. The film follows Aragorn's perilous quest to capture Gollum before the creature can reveal the ring's location to Sauron. The story, much of it is developed from Tolkien's footnotes. It's set between The Hobbit and the Fellowship of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum is set to hit theaters on December 17th, 2027. However, one thing that I was surprised to hear, especially since the movie revolves around Aragorn, which it kind of makes sense, but it's just kind of like shocking to hear. They could have used some sort of fucking CGI de-aging technology, but Viggo Mortensen will not be reprising his role as Aragorn. Instead, they're going to go with a younger actor, which is kind of weird, you know what I mean? It kind of is going to be, it's interesting, since this story takes place in between, Fellowship and, or Hobbit and Fellowship. It's going to be interesting to, you know what I mean, like, to see a different version of this character, you know what I mean? That doesn't always work out very well, but hopefully the new guy, whoever they pick, does a good job, and hopefully audiences embrace that character, because damn, that is an iconic character. Those are some iconic Ranger boots to fucking fucking strap up. But yeah, this looks interesting. I'm always ready for a new Lord of the Rings movie. Make fucking 20 of them. I love the fucking Lord of the Rings movies. They're like in my opinion, the Lord of the Rings films are the reasons why we still should have theaters. They're like fucking spectacles. They're huge blockbusters. They're just these ginormous fucking pieces of art that I feel like we can only consume in a movie theater. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'll be fucking sitting in the theater December 17th, 2027 to check this bad boy out. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I mean, I'm a diehard... I was going to say Resident Evil. I got Resident Evil on the brain. I'm a diehard Lord of the Rings fan. But yeah, ghouls and gals, let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. I'm super excited. But I also just want to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for checking out the latest episode of the TRTS Podcast. And like always, I'm Ryan T, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
This is a